Welcome to my another chess video, and this time I will show you a game I played on ChessCube. I played this game versus a Grandmaster. You see, he is Grandmaster Kailash or Kailash, and he's from India, so he allowed me to play King's Indian defense against an Indian Grandmaster. Okay, so let's take a look at this game. So far everything fine. Now I have played in this position some games, so I know that this pin isn't a problem as long as this queen leaves the square early. Okay, but now I just develop my pawns, and now I pin his knight with the idea pin and win. And now not only do I develop my knight, but also I overprotect this knight. Okay, so he attacks my bishop. I decided to take. And now I opened the center just to have some tactical maneuvers possibility. And he makes use of this semi-open file. So it's a good moment to get rid of the rook's way and also get rid of this potential pin here. Now I am able to move this pawn. So now I attack the queen. I attack it again. And now I made this move that later I regretted. It opens this diagonal, so there is some possibility of checks, and now of course white takes this possibility and checks me immediately. So I decided to bring my knight here to defend and also attack this hanging bishop. And he makes here a blunder, and he played here. It was his first blunder, so now I just captured the hanging piece. And now I made a moronic move. I mean, I study tactics hard. I watch games of FIDE masters. I read chess books, and I make such a foolish move that leaves my piece unprotected. Of course, I saw that move, that I planned to capture here with the knight, but somehow my memory just evaporated and I just made this moronic move. Of course, he wins the knight back, and now we are equal in material. But I thought to myself at this moment, well, easy come, easy go. Let's don't worry about it. Let's just concentrate and win this game. Okay, so now I developed my bishop to this good square that blocks here the file for the rook, and now puts this pawn in a pin. And this move will allow me to make some very dangerous threats later in the game. Okay, so here we have this move. He grabs the pawn which was hanging. Now he attacks my rook. He checks my king again. So this time I decided to move my king. On the black diagonal it won't be so easy to check because I have a bishop guarding this diagonal. Okay, so here I take advantage of the pin for the first time. I bring my knight to the square attacking the rook. And now I moved here to defend this pawn because it's attacked by the queen and by the rook, and it's only defended by the queen, so I brought my knight here. So he attacks my knight. I go here again with the idea bishop takes f2 check and then winning the rook. Okay, so he blocks this, and I go with this move for a draw. Okay, so here white has the advantage after knight plays to d6, I mean knight to d5 or knight to b5 gives white the advantage. But here my opponent played this move, so here he forfeits his advantage, and now I have a huge attack. Now it's check, he defends, and now I make a very strong move, bringing the knight here, and then it's the threat of queen takes g2 checkmate. So my opponent grabs this pawn. So if I didn't push this f pawn earlier in the game, and if it was now here on f7, my king would be totally safe and I could win this game easily. But there is a big but. It's difficult to predict what would happen if I did something and what my opponent would do in that case. Okay, so let's just see what's going on in this game. Next, I move my king here, and I invested some time, and I am very proud of myself that I played my king here, because it is the only winning move for black. Okay, so now he removes his queen here to defend the potential queen takes move, but I have this move, which is also a very good move. I am very proud again of myself that I calculated this move correctly. I tend to miscalculate such positions. Okay, so now he is in check, and if he goes, for example, to h1, then I simply go queen h2 checkmate, or if he goes to f1, I simply play queen f2 checkmate. So I forced here his queen to sacrifice for the knight. I don't have a direct checkmate threat now, but now I have a big advantage and I have also the initiative. But now he attacks my queen and my bishop with the knight. So I just check, winning a pawn. Then I move my rook out of bishop's attack. He takes with his rook. I take the rook. He takes the bishop. I take back. And now I have a passed pawn. So I push my passed pawn. And now I have to promote my pawn somehow. So I decided to play like this. My opponent blundered the second time. I mean, it was a horrible second blunder, because now I have a check winning the bishop, and then I also win the rook. So in 2 moves I grab his last 2 pieces, and now he is totally defenseless. But to make things worse, I just promote for the second queen. So he doesn't give up here. Maybe he thinks that I will blunder and offer him a stalemate possibility or something, but it's quite difficult but it's quite difficult to make such a blunder to allow him a stalemate in this position, because I have a huge attack and he has a lot of pawns, so he can always make a move even if his king is blocked. So I just use my queens to check him like crazy, because I am very low on time, and it's checkmate. Thanks for watching and see you next time.